to take out a scouting SCV right there. And it looks like SCV is in the upper right-hand corner. Armory going down as well as an academy to get a spot at Bisu's tech. Bisu getting an eyeful. This is the thing, is I don't think you can be very successful against Bisu when you give him perfect scouting. And right now Bisu has a very, very good idea of what's going on. Bisu trying to sneak an expansion to the north and light. I think this is just one of those things where he knows Bisu because he was his teammate. He's just played against him so often that he knows his style still up to this stage. And he's going to be dropping right over this expansion to the north. Or maybe you didn't know. So sending that dropship, it's like, whatever, ignore it. Dropship going to the north. Maybe he saw it off screen. He should. Maybe he's going to just send something else up there, seeing it momentarily, and wanted to get those vultures in the back edge. There's a dropship and a couple dragoons going over to rest the backside of that mineral line. So siege tanks are going to have to wander out that way for light. Otherwise, they're going to be taken out. And it's 2 siege tanks, actually, at that location. We'll see if anything wanders out to take that expansion in the upper left-hand corner as well. But, yeah, probes are going to have to stop mining here. And this is the kind of stuff I like seeing all over this map. And I'm really surprised that the High Templar aren't more popular, just because, you know, you can imagine this with High Templar just, you know, dropping off edge and side-storming right there. There is 1 cannon up, so it's not just going to be a vulture rest. Well, I guess enough vultures could stop that. Siege tanks up to the edge. I feel like because of this mechanic, though, that siege tanks can siege over that line where dragoons have a much less range. Basically, the range advantage is in Terran's favor. So, scooping up that dropship, probes being transferred. Bisu, even though he's up 1 base, I don't feel like he's economically ahead, simply because, and it looks like Light's actually taking expansion of his own, simply because of this. Like, see, Light is basically, first of all, taken out our Nexus, but also been harassing him the entire time. The tank's finally getting taken out, but not before really doing their weight in probe damage, and SCV getting in the mix there. Hey guys, what's up? Looks like there is another expansion for Light going up, and did I say C again? I bet I said C again. Pro commentator here, guys. So SCV, more SCV just kind of wandering out in the field getting killed. I think that's mostly for scouting purposes. Bisu very light on troops considering at this stage. Both players playing very, very light on troops. That dropship going to get absolutely annihilated. Nice timing there by Bisu, really kind of in good position to intercept. That's the word I'm looking for. Intercept that. Arbiter should be out momentarily, giving Bisu somewhat of a tech advantage. I didn't see a science vessel being produced on the opposite end. Trying to get, it looks like, yeah, some cannons on that upper end, but I haven't seen Light really producing anything, and he looks like he's just now getting to that upper level of production. He's gone kind of light and gone dropship heavy otherwise, so he's going to play a very mobile game. And this might be finally the map where Terran decide to take to the air. I think a lot of the maps have been trying to force that, like maps like Destination, things like that, where it's like, come on Terran, go to the air, we know you can do it. It's funny because I was having this discussion with someone who was saying, you know, the Terran army is so awesome that it oftentimes doesn't use a lot of the stuff that's even in its arsenal. It's like, ghosts, yeah, I know they're cool, but I can't be bothered. Yeah, they can lock down everything. Yeah, they have crazy range nukes, whatever. I can't be bothered with nukes. They're just going to stick to siege tanks and Goliaths. That's how cool the Terran army is. But dropships are one of those things that haven't been involved in games all that often recently, and it's one of those things that I think just is really fun. And running headlong into mines here, and not with no speed upgrade otherwise. So, wow, skipping speed to go Arbiter quicker and still doesn't have speed. Wow, I think C actually with his attack force might be able to take this expansion out altogether. It depends on how quickly Bisu can reinforce, and sending an attack force of vultures up. Otherwise, it looks like a couple troops did manage to sneak through, but that it was a dropship that managed to sneak him through. Dropship did get taken out. Another dropship going to get taken out for Bisu, and that's really going to limit his mobility, and scooping all those units up. So those zealots are just incompetent down below. Poor zealots. I really feel like zealots are just like the over-eager. They're just like those guys that go to the gym all the time and just work out way too much, are super excited about everything. They're like, you know, work out all the time, and when they see the dropship go like that, I think that's the most depressing moment in their entire life. It's like, oh, there's something I could attack and I can't attack it. It's kind of when mutalisks overhead. It's not like they even, because mutalisks take a long time to kill a zealot, so I feel like they're just underneath like, you know, it's like, come down, fight like a man, or a zealot, because not quite a man. Anyway, dropships wandering back off. It looks like C not really wanting to commit that with all those zealots underneath, but that's still more time that Bisu's had to commit otherwise. Looks like more mines being planted. It's anti-arbiter. Ooh, mines in position to stop any recalls. I think a recall is going to start shifting to that position momentarily. And this is, wow, sieging from up above It looks like over a natural nexus there, maybe just kind of as a, almost kind of a visual troop right there. I'm not quite sure the purpose of that. I don't think that's in range to actually stop an expansion, but maybe to hurt reinforcements if he loads up with another drop, goes to that upper right hand corner, that could really annoy things along the way. And it looks like a huge drop, or I'm sorry, a huge recall going to be happening behind that line. This should do a lot of damage to C. Yeah, it looks like he's going to get a good amount of Dragoons, and I think, as I just said, C again. That's how much I think of this guy. I think he's just a C clone. Whatever. So there are mines there to at least stop it shortly, but that command center very well may be taken out. Now there's those vultures heading to the north. Dragoons right there, Dark Templar also to engage. So Bisu not in a bad position, actually. He's going to be able to take out some production, and he should be able to clean up this attack force, and he's getting more expansions across the map. Might be able to take that command center out. I think he's going to get really close here, but no, just barely not able to get that command center down. That actually was not as good an attack. He lost that entire attack force. He didn't take out a lot of SCVs. The SCVs evacuated fairly quickly, and he wasn't able to take the command center down. So I'm actually going to call that a little bit of a null recall there for Bisu. And so it looks like level 2 weapons upgraded versus level 1 weapons on the opposite end. So Bisu actually has the upgrade advantage. Maybe that's why he skipped Zealot speed as well. But Bisu just controlling the entire map. Actually, well, he's taking more expansions over the map. Going to try to take an economic edge here. C, let's try to get a good count here. His main's probably dry, so he's probably at 4 bases right here. Drop going to take out that attack force that was trying to provide some support. That Dragoon just getting a little too ambitious. Little too ambitious right there. It's like that siege tank isn't really going to attack me, is it? But it looks like Bisu on the opposite, and he's going to be at 6 expansions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. So he will have a 2-base lead, which puts him in a very good position to win this game. He's got a big attack force coming down. Ooh, stasising the only 3 tanks that are there. That's actually the other thing I was going to mention, is Light just did not seem to have a lot of tanks. Looks like there's some at the north, and he should just evacuate his SCVs. Going in for a counterattack over this ledge at the secondary, so he's going to be able to do some damage there. Another ComSat going down. Will he be able to take this command center out? So, ooh, you can see the look on Light's face. Might be able to. Vulture's able to get in the main. Going to disrupt some production there. So Bisu currently has, even losing some of these probes here, he's going to have a pretty sizable production advantage, and he's halting one of the productions on C's base. So I think Bisu is going to, in fact, come out with this game, just because he's got overwhelming troop advantage, and this is going to key in about 1.5 minutes key into some superior production. But Light is, at this stage, Light is consistent. He's still a shifty player. He still knows how to drag a game out like no other. He can do the super shell. He is capable. I mean, all Terran are. That's Terran are just, you know, they're bitter people, I think. Not to say that all Terran are bitter. Some Terran are really awesome. Artosis is an awesome guy. Happy birthday, by the way. Very late, if he happens to listen to this. Artosis is an awesome guy, but his quote is that all Terran feed off rage, and I think that is like the essence of the Terran shell. It's like, yeah, you can come and you can do something to me, but I'm going to make sure you have to pay for it. Oh, you'll have to pay. And there's a science vessel, a couple science vessels out in the field, a bunch of idle SCVs. It's not what you want to see. But I think that's kind of the essence of Terran, except for Nada. Nada, I always heard him, and he's always like playful with his stuff for whatever reason. And I'll say Skew and Aerials are that way too, just for the heck of it. Although I do hear, but I got a quote. I hear that all Terran, they run on rage. That's like their main mode. It's the angrier they are, the better they play. Just a little bit of thought there. And I think Boxer's actually playful that way too, so I don't know. Bisu doing another nice recall here over the 3 o'clock position. No troops there to speak of. This is a problem for Terran on this map, actually, is reinforcing those recalls. Is the Protoss does strand their army, but there's no way that the Terran can get back out there and really help it out, and you can just push down to the next, that command center is going to go down. And they can just push up to that next ledge and do some damage on that next area over. So C, or did it again. Have I called Light his proper name this entire commentary? I think not. But anyway, Light trying to do a counterattack into that upper right-hand corner, but the cost is going to be too much. His main is running low. His secondary here, his natural secondary, as well as the secondary to the 6 o'clock, are also running low. These are bases that he needed to keep going, and he's going to lose them. Bisu can sacrifice, I think, these 2 expansions to the upper right-hand corner because he'll still end up economically ahead in the long run. But it looks like he's sending him some Dragoons towards the main. That's going to draw Light back. A lot of Vultures trying to chase that down. There are 2 science vessels in the air, so those Arbiters aren't going to provide as much production. Let's see if they can get a good stasis actually there. EMP versus stasis. Actually, looks like that. Oh no, that Arbiter's gonna get that army out of there. It's like the rescue recall. Maybe. Oh no, rescue recall fails. Fails miserably. It's like, save us, save us. No. I looked up to the sky. I said, save us, and I responded, no, because I'm a jerk. I'm gonna save my energy for something else. Engineering bay being built, the bottom left-hand corner, and now light actually pushing on the main, and I don't see enough troops. Bisu has that army stranded to the 3 o'clock position.